So welcome back from that technical break, and it's still Global Morning as we wrap it up. Just a look at what's playing out in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The fact that the Minister, Yusuf Tuga, allowed this to move forward to the table of the head of civil service, does that go to say probably there's some bit of truth in Mrs. Ajayi's petition? And do you think Namu was defense, does it carry weight when he begins to say she's asking for the financial details of the ministry? It didn't tally.
It didn't tally.
Because she wouldn't be that dumb to want to just ask you to give her financial details of the...
Exactly, of course, something has to play out. No man will come out and tell you that he sexually abused an individual when there's a claim on it. And for Tuga to actually come out to say, to actually forward this to the head of civil service, it means that, for me, it means that it actually took place and he wants justice to be served. Or this has been an ongoing occurrence that needs to stop at a point. So let's just see how well this plays out. But really, I'm a woman, so I won't say I support her because they'll say, okay, because Jumai Manson is a woman and she feels that you take sides. But no one will come out and lie about this sort of thing. I'm sure that was what played out, but it didn't have anything to do with the financial record. I think it's a different ballgame entirely.
But I think this one I always have issues with the judiciary, even in as much as I understand they have the right to protect both the guilty and the innocent. But at the same time, there are certain things that we should probably, on the face value, and know where the truth is coming from. At the same time, also women on their own part at times also go overboard. With
what do you mean?
Because women, knowing fully well that the public or the society seem to be on their side, when they make certain comments or statements, they just put it out there, even if it's not that close.
No, sometimes, you see, that's the thing. Don't get it twisted, Anthony. Sometimes a woman wants you to learn a lesson. Sometimes it's a lesson that is being taught here. Maybe he has been doing this sort of thing, and some women, that's
because she's talking about she's scared of her being raped in the workplace and all that.
Because he has given that, because she perceives it. I'm not saying it because I'm a woman, but she perceives it. His actions has spoken that language. And that's it. That's why most women that have practically gone through this in that ministry will keep quiet because of people like you that will say such...
People like me?
Yes, that will say such a thing.
I'm just being neutral.
No.
I'm just being neutral.
No, not being natural. You said women tend to take this overboard. That's a very big thing.
But do you agree that some women do? You can't say every... we've seen sport athletes who have been accused wrongly. And when we got to the court of law, we saw that it wasn't true. For instance, we've got Mason Greenwood, recent Manchester United player, who at the end of the... Guess what? The woman withdraws all their claims, gets married to him. So it's like, okay, he was being technically forced. Okay, if you don't marry me, I'm going to go out with this. And she actually did. And once he agreed to accept her and the baby, she withdraws everything.
Accept her and the baby. So he wanted to have a baby but not to marry
her. No, I didn't say that. I said once he accepted to marry her, she withdraws everything. So how would you explain that? Or is it Cristiano Ronaldo who have been accused over time, and once he paid those monies they are looking for, the case gets withdrawn?
Sometimes it's a plea bargain that takes place in all of these things. So once there's a plea bargain...
But why would you agree if truly you are that hurt? If truly what you say happened, why will you now agree to suddenly just let it slide? Why didn't you let it slide without being given the money?
Because conversation, because the hurt and the trauma. How would she pay her lawyer? Are you kidding me?
But there's some that didn't get to that stage, or there's some that was obviously a lie.
And yes, some women lie about these things, but some, out of integrity, just want to put... Most women would have been sexually harassed and they won't even say anything about it because they feel it's a norm. Men, that's how some men act and all of that. But I think she wanted to put it out there for other people who have suffered. Sometimes it's not all about whether he says or she says, but to put it out there to women that come, you are not alone in this. Learn to speak out so that you will not be molested, manipulated in cases like this. It's just to teach a lesson.
All right.
And let's see how I'm going to be following this particular case because of people like you, Anthony Momodu.
No. That's not fair when you put it that way.
kidding.
That's you're making me feel like I'm the guy in the ministry. And the guy in the ministry. I'm in the studio,
Look at
please.
But the truth is, let's just see. But I'm sure to put it out there to women.
Yeah,
who have gone through
but
this sort of
for
thing.
the minister, Yusuf Tuga, to let it fly, it means to an extent the minister believes Mrs. Ajayi is
It's
truth. So
Of course.
let's see how this is going to pan out. But now it's worrisome because now we've got the SANS versus the SANS. So and the judiciary cannot be completely. They've given us reasons to doubt them many times with conflicting rulings. So let's see who's going to win this. Is it going to be based on who has a better SAN, or is the judiciary just going to be honest?
I know Femi Falana, senior advocate of Nigeria, is really, really good. But you know what? In all of this, I wanted to say something, but I'll just no comment. But we all know we all know where this is going to go. We all know that this is a very tough.
Okay, so we might not get justice.
I'm not saying that, but this is going to be a very, very, it's sensitive and it's going to be a very tough one. I'll just leave it at that. It's going to be very tough.
But you're confident?
I'm confident of the judiciary, but the thing is, Mrs. Ajayi has to be very strong and bold not to back out at the long run.
Okay, because they might intimidate her at a point.
Of course, it's not that they might. This is it. This is the Nigeria we found ourselves. This is what happens sometimes when it comes to big shots and all of that. But she has to really be very, very strong in order to fight this battle head on to head on. She has to have a good support system so she won't back down, because this is going to be a very tough and long ride.
All right, I before we wrap it up, I hope our producer can show us the pictures of those the major players in this interesting scenario talking about TSL. So that's the minister, Yusuf Tuga. But are we counting the minister completely out of this? Because in some school of thought believe probably the minister also have some interest. Because the media aid, this lady is his own media aid. So could there be some bit of conspiracy somewhere to say he's trying to protect her against this other colleague of his?
Well, who knows?
Now I see the smile on your face.
See, that's the thing. I don't know.
Okay, what I'm thinking is it what I'm thinking you're thinking?
No, it's not what but it could be true. But it could be, that's the school of thought that say that. But
so you have my mindset. That's good to know.
You would never have your mindset. But the truth is, it could be true, because sometimes you know what it is. You know, just to spite the other person that, hey, there's a no-go area when it comes. I'm just in the school of thought that actually brought that thing out. It's a school of thought, really. But with that, let's just see how well it plays out. We're gonna.
Okay.
I hope it doesn't get to be swept under the carpet. You
And
know how it is.
man, when they also come at you like that, just call them out too, because we get approached, we get bullied too. All right, and that's no comment note. We're going to call it a wrap on today's edition. Well, we're going to be keeping our fingers crossed, and we're watching this keenly.
Yes.
You've not told me what side of the divide. I mean, the Femi Falana's divide. What part are you in?
Stay in one place.
I mean, Femi Falana, who was? I want to be with the winning team.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, I'm always on the winning team, so let's just...
So we're all against Lamu.
No, you are all right, the thing is, we'll just keep you abreast on that case. We will definitely be watching, and we'll see how well it plays out. And this brings us to the end of the program, Global Morning. And of course, thank you to all our producers. Thank you to the cameramen. Thank you to the individuals in the master control room. And of course, I am Jumai Manson and my co-host.
All right, my name is Anthony Momodu, and saying thank you for being part of Africa's Finest Breakfast Show. And go out there, have fun. Remember to keep Nigeria the best nation possible. Good morning.
Welcome to Global Morning.
The death toll from flooding.
Most time our politicians just bring in policies too, for sure.
Incidentally, we have several more stories.
The legislature was carefully crafted to
22.2% inflation rates as of April this year. What does that say about where we are as a country?
I think Nigeria has resorted to being resilient.
Before you call a police station, before they even leave, they'll take permission from
I don't think there's really anything on ground to improve.
the struggle as to strike.
You have done your work, you have put us to the wall. We are not the slaves.
I'm not a small boy. You should have given me the report.
I have not seen the report.